and this is the girl chat segment. Because we just, social media is on fire as per usual.
If you don't know.
Flames. And we just want to give our opinion because we have a podcast and we can do that.
Why not? Who has microphone can give opinion.
Done. Check and check. All right, so we're going to go. So, trigger warning.
Red flag alerts.
Red flags. Reesa Teesa.
I thought the chokehold was over.
It's not, because we just discovered that there's people that don't even know who she is.
And because also Legion has entered the chat.
Yes, Legion.
He shouldn't. Please stop talking.
Legion, who looks like every lie he told.
Every lie he told.
It has entered the chat. So for those who don't know who Reesa Teesa is, she is a woman who has a 52-part series. I know that sounds overwhelming, but I'm going to give you a little hack for that. Mm-hmm. She has a 52-part series on TikTok called Who the F That I Marry? And she tells her story about how she met this man. He infiltrated her life. Why he had to be from Philly, y'all? He infiltrated her life.
Norristown, so we don't have to claim
right, so on the outskirts. Mm-hmm. And just lie
like a rug.
And if you want to go ahead and tap into that series and you don't want to listen to it at that pace, she really set it up for it to be almost like an audiobook. You don't have to watch it, you just have to listen. Mm-hmm. Press and hold your screen and you can fast forward to 1.5 or 2 times.
Mine goes automatically 2, so I don't know if that's a setting or what.
Okay, yeah, I had the 1.5 and the 2. The 2 is still... Yeah. She talks. She's a slow talker, but I appreciate her storytelling because she's very detailed.
She's a very good storyteller.
She's a great storyteller. So
you have found your calling, if nothing else.
For real, like I listened to you clearly. Mm-hmm. I don't have the patience that other people have. Like I know people that were like, all right, I watched the first 5 episodes on Monday, and then absolutely
I binged as much as I could.
Like in the bed, like wherever.
Holding the phone because I needed it, like fast forwarding.
Literally, Roy was talking to me. Pause. Yes, and then go back. Like resume. Insanity. So I am gonna start with. I feel for her. Like I feel like I could relate to her as a girl.
Yes.
Like as a girl who understands the feeling of falling in love and being in lust with someone and just that feeling of like, oh my God, it's finally my time. And holding on to that and seeing shit happen and still holding on to that initial feeling.
Admitting that you saw red flags, but you were like, is it me?
Yeah. Maybe it's pink. Maybe it's not red.
Am I really seeing this? Is it like, am I being picky? Like she says that.
Right.
So
like she takes accountability for it. So I really hate that people beat her up. We're like, oh girl, you crazy. You sit back and watch past the first episode because they moved in 2 weeks in. Okay, let's set the scene. Mm-hmm. It's 2020. The pandemic has just started. We have no idea what's going on in the world. You just met somebody that not only you connected with, but actually came in and like saved the day when her tire blew out. And then
she found physically attractive.
It don't matter if y'all find them physically attractive. She found them physically attractive.
Or if you don't find her, it doesn't matter.
For your opinions to yourself.
There's a pot. There you go.
And some of the lids are universal. If you know, you know.
We'll take that.
But nobody knew, like none of us knew that in 2020 when they said we're gonna do a shutdown for 2 weeks, that 2 weeks is gonna turn into almost 2 years. Mm-hmm. So, well, the people that are like, oh my gosh, she just moved the man into her house. I know some people that do worse. So,
and she didn't have any kids in her house. She didn't have any kids
in the house. She lived alone. She felt like she knew him, and I feel like if I was a single woman at that time. And I met somebody, I could see that happening. I could see that. I could see me either staying at somebody else's, or I could see that. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, no, I'm never a stranger danger, because I'm a stranger danger person, but I'm also a lover girl. Like I love, and I would have been all for that. So that's my take on it. Even down to the beginning, like we talked about this before. On her way to the first date, her tire blew out. Most people would be like, that's a sign. The universe is sending you a sign not to go. God is sending you a sign not to go. However, when she called them to let him know, hey, I can't make the date, my tire blew out, instead of him saying, okay, I understand, and then just removing himself from the situation, he said, well, send me your location. Sends the location. He comes. He changed her tire also. Most of the men probably watching this don't even know how to change a tire, but I digress. He changed the tire out, put the donut on there, told her donut is not safe, found a tire replacement place, went, got the tire replaced and paid for it, and then they went on their date. So now the sign that you thought God sent you to not date that man just turned into, for me, this is it.
He can take care of
me.
He knows how to take charge.
Shit went left and he came in and took care of it for her. As an independent woman, we know how important that is when somebody enters your life and makes it easier. So I have a soft spot for Reesa Teesa.
Yes.
And I hope she gets her BMW.
I hope she does.
Like
with the cognac interior.
With the cognac interior is very important. I was like, you know why she's gonna get it? Because that is manifestation.
Yeah,
she's manifesting it. We all know. You could probably ask a stranger. We should have did that in the parking lot. What kind of car does Reesa Teesa want? And people would know.
BMW 5 Series,
like
blue with cognac.
So interior. BMW. Send her car.
Yeah, stop playing with her because y'all posted something and then took it down.
It's like clickbait.
Like, stop.
Y'all can send me the certified version. I don't even need a new. Y'all can send me used. I'm good
I'll
with
take
that.
A Honda. I don't know.
Listen, I don't need a luxury car because luxury cars come with luxury maintenance.
No, thank you.
Like new. I like my regular like $4 oil changes. Yeah. Go to all that fancy shit.
No, but I think we can relate. I see what you're saying. You can relate because unless you met the person you're with now when you were younger and that turned out to be your Prince Charming and there were no red flags, great for you. Great. I love that for you. A lot of us had to kiss a lot of frogs and felt like we had to deal with a lot of shit because we were in love and who else is gonna who else makes sense? This isn't.
We already put time in. It could be a year and we're 24 and it's
we make sense on paper. Like what paper?
What paper?
So I understand her, and I think a lot of people could understand because we've all been, a majority of us have been in that situation where there's red flags and we're like, no, I don't see them.
Nope, that never happened. He didn't mean it. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it was a miscommunication.
Yeah. Maybe it's me.
I mean, she said that. She was like, is it that, like, I'm sure she felt crazy at one point because she was like, you know, am I so jaded as a woman that I can't see that I have a good man in front of me?
Yeah.
Like she was questioning herself. And from what it sounds like, she comes from a good family and has a good support system. But a lot of people are raised not to divulge those intimate details of your relationship. Yes. I wholeheartedly believe that. We could have had a blowout argument in the parking lot. You would never know that because I don't carry my problems into other spaces. Even if my mom was to call and say, oh, hey, how are you and Roy doing? We're fantastic. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know what's going on. And that's like, this is why people be all up in your business because you're sharing your business too much. But also in her, like that probably would have protected her if she would have said something to her mom or her aunt who seemed to be like her core people of like, this ain't the one for you.
Yeah.
But also respect her enough to kind of mind their business. Because her mom had said what you said that her mom said, that she felt something was off, but that she didn't see anything. So all she could do was pray. And that's all she did was pray for her.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And when you tell people your business and they start inquiring about your business and then that's all they remember. So if you only tell me every time you fought with Roy, I'm going to remember they fight all the time.
All they do is fight. Because unfortunately we complain to our friends about the shit that our partners piss us off about and don't really say how they make up for it or when they did something cute or when they like there's a good balance there. But as women we typically tend to be like this mother like because you got to get it out, where when you're happy you're just happy,
you just up under them and nobody else sees you.
Exactly.
And then they're like, we haven't seen her in so long.
Right, because I'm happy.
Yes, thank you.
Your business.
So that's Reesa Teesa. On the, I guess, flip side, right, we've already said he started talking about the situation and then everything out of his mouth sounds like a lie.
Yeah, Legion, who has entered the TikTok world to be like, the first video I saw, he was like, she lying.
Oh, thanks. 52 episodes of 10 minutes each, and you said 2 seconds, she's lying, and I'm supposed to believe you.
He immediately lost me. Immediately. I'm like, I saw his face, and I said, you look like every lie you told.
No, thank you.
And that was that. Like, That is a crazy story.
So I don't know if it was a tail end of that, or if it was before that. If you haven't heard about the Blue Hearts guy, where he, like in a nutshell, he would send his wife blue hearts every day as like a gesture of "I love you," and we all have like a routine.
Yeah. Everybody has their thing.
He says, "Let me see how far I can take this. This is how I'm overcoming."
Did he ever say how long
I think
they've been
21
married?
Oh, how long they've been married?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. I don't think he said.
I know 2 years, or the 2-year-old outside of the marriage.
Like,
but they were together when he had this baby out of marriage. So then he sends blue hearts, like that's what you're supposed to be. And so when he says he only made it 21 days, he would add one more blue heart every single time he texted her.
So January 1st, 1 heart. January 2nd, 2 hearts.
By the 21st, he wanted to go 365 days.
Oh.
He got to 21.
Oh.
So I don't know what messed up means. Like messed up in the relationship or messed up your
flow,
your routine.
Yeah.
Hop back on that horse on the day 23.
Like, it's
what do
okay.
you mean?
It's like because he didn't perfect it, then to just throw it out.
Yeah, like it didn't work.
But he really thought he was doing his big one.
Yeah.
But I said then his wife, who he says is also the marriage is him facing adversity. Like,
no, I don't think you know what that means.
What are you talking about?
You answered you asked the question. You came on the podcast to talk about how you're overcoming. She's overcoming the shit that you did, and you're coming on here like, I'm such a macho. I know what I'm doing. I
can't
relationship
talk to people
advice.
like that. I just shut down. I'm just like, okay.
Please stop.
Like,
your blue hearts have turned into red flags.
Yep.
Is really what it is.
Red flags.
And I hope she, whatever. Maybe if that's out of character for him and everything else is fine in the relationship, and
I don't know. Seems like pretty much like an asshole.
Maybe, yeah.
Feels like that's true to his core.
This is him.
Like, I feel like that would annoy me. You had a baby in our marriage, and your way to kind of like show me that you love me again is to send me additional emojis every day. Okay. You thought that was a good idea? Okay.
What else are you doing?
Like, what?
So I think that, so we were sharing all this stuff back and forth, but within the last couple weeks of this happening, which made us remember. That's why we said trigger warning. Made us remember.
Trigger warning again, because we're about to talk about
all the red flags that in previous relationships we
ignored.
We didn't tell anyone until after the fact. We ignored, and we thought this was just what happened, right? Like, oh, okay, and you took their word for like what it is.
Any better? And we want you want something to work. You make it work in your brain, even if it's not what you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
It just is. Because like you said before, you're like, well, we put this time in. Well, this is my person. Well, it's like almost like embarrassing when something doesn't work out and you've spent all this time and you've invested all this time in a person, and then it's like, oh, it's over. Well, it's fucking over. Don't be embarrassed. It's fucking over.
Which is crazy. Which is why I appreciate what Reesa did. She like put it all out there.
Put it all out
whereas
there.
I couldn't tell my best friend like this happened while it's happening.
Because you don't want to be judged. And even though they say like, I'm not going to judge you, it's like, I'm just going to keep this one to myself. Because I'm pretty sure outside of one of these things, everything else I'm going to say nobody has ever heard before. Yeah. Because these are things that I don't talk about my relationship with people. Like, it's none of your fucking business.
I remember my mom was like, why didn't you tell me these things were happening? I'm like, did you tell your mom every time your relationship, like something was going on? No, right? You tried to fix that in your own marriage. That's what we tried to do. We tried to fix it. And like, we were embarrassed at the times that these things were happening.
But now we are no longer embarrassed. So we're going to air out our own Reesa Teesa dirty laundry. And this is a mixture of exes for y'all nosy people that are going to think it's about one person. It's a mix for both of us. Nosy asses. But that's why I got a podcast. So y'all could be nosy. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay.
Do the one that you think everybody knows about.
Not even everybody, but there was a group in the room when this question was asked. So someone asked an ex of mine, why do you want to marry Mel, or why do you want to propose to her? And his response was, because she want to get married. Not because I love her, not because I want to spend the rest of my life with her, not because I want to be married and I want these things. Like I felt like I was embarrassed in that moment. Like, really? Like that's all you have? Like, you know I'm a lover girl. I love love. Like you couldn't like nothing? I'll marry her because she want to get married. That was so sweet.
I might have one more.
That's gonna jog your memory. It's like to experience, like most people know I have not had a lot of relationships, but the relationships that I was in were very different from the relationship that I'm in now. Because Roy talks about the way he feels about me, whether it's with you, whether it's in a group of people, he does not care. He tells people how he feels, and I'm always like, oh my god, that's my man. To go from someone that was like, I mean, that's what you want to get married, so that's what we're gonna do. Like, well, what do you want? Yeah, because you're trying to change somebody. You're trying to make somebody to be this person that they're not. And it's like maybe we were the same at the beginning, but then you grow, you go your separate ways, and that wasn't enough for me, and that was something that really replayed in my head for a while. Like, really, that really fucking sucks. That's my first one. You go.
Okay. All right, so that reminded me of one, so I'll use this one. He referred to me as his first wife while we were dating. We never got married.
He was already planning on marrying you and divorcing you.
He referred to me as his first wife.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish we had the voices to go over this. The filter.
Oh God! Like, do better.
Like, okay. Why did I think that was fun? I mean, it's funny now, but in the moment,
it's like, oh, that's so cute. I can't wait to be divorced.
Also, we are gonna get married. I think that's when we're gonna get married.
Our dumb young brain didn't think, wow, that means he's planning on having more than one wife. It's, he's gonna marry me. Stupid. I want you to be, what was it? I want you to be independent like my mom, so you don't have to rely on me.
That's just
like figure your own shit out, pretty much.
Like, you don't want to be like my mom, so
pretty much you don't want to be my partner. You don't want to be bothered with my questions.
So I can't rely on you for shit.
Pretty much. So you're not my partner. You're just the guy that wants me to be like his mom.
What?
I don't even remember how I took that, because I was really young.
You were kind of like, I do want to be I am an independent woman.
I think at the time I was like, well, shit, I was raised by a single mother too. Like, of course I'm going to be an independent woman. I was probably not even an independent woman at the time because I was very young, but it was like, that's just a cop out. And now as an adult, that's just a fucking cop out for you not to have to do anything for your person. At the time, it was like, well, now I gotta be strong and I gotta do these things on my own so he doesn't look at me like a weak bitch. Well, I was a stupid bitch.
We were young.
Young and dumb.
All right, this one was coaching an up and coming singer, but was actually told me he was coaching this up and coming singer, but was actually sleeping with her.
Oh,
yeah.
Coaching.
So he's a. If I tell, fuck it. He was a DJ, and he was like producing music and stuff. He wanted to have like his own, I guess, label. I don't know. And there was this girl.
It's like an episode of Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah. Look at me, trendsetter, way before my time.
Way before your time.
And there was this girl that was like always around because like his best friend, I don't know if he still DJs, was also there's just a group of DJs. And there was a singer, and they would like laugh at me while I was around, and they would be like, he's with such and such, and I'm like, oh, but they would laugh. So I'm like, oh, he's with the singer, like helping her. Well, they were helping each other.
They were helping something. They was coaching each other.
Yeah, they were coaching each other on something.
Like, and it's like the women. Like I'm never mad at the girl unless I know. Unless I find out that the girl knows.
She knew about me.
Initially, the anger for me, initially the anger is never directed towards the other woman. It's directed towards my man, because you're the only person that has loyalty to me, not her. Now, when I do find out that you knew about me, oh no, baby, we got a problem now. Like, yeah, you tried it. So Yeah, like I can't respect you as a woman.
Yeah.
Fucking around with somebody that knows that you know that they're in a relationship. Yep. Not only that they're in a relationship, but you have met this woman
in front of like. Yeah.
Like there's just crazy. there's like a code that I follow and morals that I have. Like I'm never messing with a married man. I would never be a side bitch. Like there's just certain things that are beneath me, and those are those things. Call it what you want. Boujie. The boyfriend at the time he was living in a family home, but he had a basement like apartment set up. And we had already been together for a couple years. Every time a family member heard there was someone else in the room, a female, it was always, hey Mel, hey Mel, hey Mel. One day it was, who that? And I caught that right away. I was like, she's never asked, who is that? And I just put that in the back of my mind. And then I realized when I popped up on his ass that who that was somebody else. And I still stayed. Because I didn't catch them in the act, so I believe that it was a friend that he considered like his best friend, female friend. I had met her, I had been around her, we had hung out, everything. Well, yep, they was fucking. So that was the who that. And then I stayed like a dummy. Like
so ridiculous,
just dumb.
That reminds me of another one, but maybe this is a two-parter. I don't know.
Buried so many of them now. Roy's over there shaking his
So he wanted me to confront his ex, and this was during the first year of our relationship. Confront his ex because she was trying to stalk him, or she was stalking him. Allegedly. But what was really going on was that he was using me to get to her so that she could be like, why is she coming for me? So that they can start their conversations up again. And then he started cheating on me with her.
Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I feel like Roy should be sitting here because I feel like he got stories. Don't make me get up on our stories.
Women aren't the only one that have red flags, right?
Right,
Roy.
Because women have red flags.
Women have red flags too.
They do. Men don't see them because I've learned that men will say something to a woman, but they act differently, and we go by action. So if you tell me I don't want to be with you, but you spending time with me, then you just talking shit. Because now I'm like, well, you're still with me.
You're here.
Okay, like
physically
I'm not gonna spend no money on you, but you keep buying me stuff. Are you sure? So it's like actions over words.
No one sees anyone's red flags because they're in love with the other person's genitalia.
Not genitalia.
So sophisticated.
So because people are fascinated with other people's genitalias.
What did Lala say last night on BMF?
Spoiler alert if you haven't watched the episode. She gets in the show BMF, Lala plays a girlfriend or whatever. And she gets shot and the detective comes to the hospital and asks her, well, was the dick worth it? And she said, every inch. Don't ever send me no dick like that.
Oh my God.
I'm not taking a bullet for the D. Nope. My last one, I really have buried some things. Because I'm like, I used to have stories for days. Now I'm like, yeah, I don't think about those people anymore.
I don't think about these.
I gotta dig deep.
Really was like Reese. I'm like,
before this, we were sitting here really writing these down. The last one was, we should have a baby in case it doesn't work out. We'll always be connected.
No. That was like the biggest bullet we dodged.
Yo.
Like ever.
The biggest
Can you imagine?
Bullet.
I can't imagine.
Because it said, no matter if the breakup was clean or messy, there's not a child involved. I don't have to worry about talking to you ever if I don't want to. We just don't have to. You went your way, I went my way. Like, that's it.
Easy.
But sprinkle a baby in there? Oh.
Now we have to coordinate things and communicate and no.
Is it?
No.
I would have been a deadbeat baby mama. Because I raise a child alone. Here you go. You left this.
Partial custody.
I would have been a deadbeat baby mama. Go ahead and try to trap me, honey. Mm-mm. This baby will be on your doorstep. I'm not them. Mm-mm. Mm. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. And I feel like at the time when that was told to me, I kind of thought it was cute. Like, I remember feeling like, not, oh my God, that's fucking toxic, but, oh, he wants to have a baby with me. That's what I took out of it. Just
yeah, I could hear that.
He wants to marry me, first wife. Yeah. Oh, he wants to marry me. Not, that's a toxic way of thinking. Oh, let's have a baby so we'll always be connected. Oh, he wants to have a baby with me. Mm-hmm. Child.
So stupid.
You're so dumb. So dumb. But we've grown.
We have grown.
And we not baby mama.
No.
Insert Dos Cinco introduction to us. Yeah, like, and it's like, circling back to Reesa Teesa. The same people that I know personally talking shit about her, I'm looking at some of their lives like, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because you clearly have not made the best decisions for your life. Yet, you want to go on a tantrum about how retarded this grown woman is.
Yeah. Someone had commented that they would have left after, like, she lost a baby. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's very easy for us to, outside looking in, be like, I would have left at that point. I would have left at that point. You're in the middle of it. Like, you're not. Look at all our examples. You're not leaving.
You're not leaving. Like, unless there's something, like, when you love someone, you have feelings for someone, or you have now envisioned your life with this person, you try to figure it out. Mm-hmm. You don't just quit. Mm-hmm. Like, you just don't. Like, relationships are fucking hard. They're work. Yeah. And you just don't quit. Mm-hmm. But there are certain things that happen that we need to be like, this should not all be happening. Yeah. Like, this, you should not have to be tested this badly or this harshly to see if this is your person. Like, this is just too much.
Yep.
But life teaches you. Mm-hmm. Like, I was dumb. I just wanted to be in love. That's all. I'm truly a lover girl. And like, as much as people look at me like, oh, your business and this and that, they're like, no, what makes me happy is really like being home with my man and watching TV and like us spending time together
all day and just like sitting next to him. I'm fine.
100% okay with
I'm fine.
Like, I rush home. Like, I was sick last week. First of all, Roy and I died and came back. He was sick, took care of him. Then when he started feeling better, I got sick and I was out for a week, and I was home for a week. I went back to work, and I said it. I was like, I was home all week long, and I finally went to work, and I couldn't wait to come home. It wasn't like, whoa, finally I'm out the house. It was like, no, I want to be with my man. Mm-hmm. like that's my person. That's my man, but that's my friend. Like, we talk about everything, and it's just like, I like being home. Like, that's what it is.
Same.
Like, it might sound boring to people, but we have a great time together. We laugh all the time.
It's boring for someone that's just not what they're into. Right. But if you have the right one,
exactly,
you could have the best time doing absolutely nothing.
I've been in a relationship with a person that we could be in the house together and not say a word. Mm-hmm. And it just wasn't like, no, I don't want to be home. This is boring, which is why I was probably out and about more, going to Jay's house more, having people come over, because it's like I needed to fill that void of not having a person. Like, I have this man in my life, but that's not really my person, because I have to keep relying on other people to feel like filled. Yeah. Or I didn't want to be alone or whatever. So, dodged a couple bullets, kissed a couple frogs.
We made it. On the other side.
We made it. Craziness.
And I don't blame Reesa for not wanting to date. She's not interested in dating.
I already got trust issues.
I wouldn't.
I already got trust issues.
I'd be in the same boat. I'm not
like,
dating
Roy is here
right
today
now.
because he is someone that I knew from childhood. Like, I feel like Reesa Teesa now. Like, I would never, even before her story, when I was in my singleness, I just knew people. I was terrified of them. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what do you want? Mm-hmm. Who sent you? You want me?
Why are you here?
You sure? What do you want from me? Like, I just like, no, thank you. It's like, if this didn't work out, I'm just probably gonna get another dog and just pick up another project or something, and that's it. Like,
Keep me busy.
just keep myself busy because it won't be another man. Another man, start over. What's your favorite
Excuse me?
color?
No.
Ew.
How many siblings do you have?
Like, here's the fucking frequently asked question sheet.
Go on my Instagram.
Right.
Shut up. I have no interest. Me and Kyle happened organically, and I think it's funny because we didn't really. I didn't have a problem with him. He didn't like me when we first met because of a misunderstanding.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing. We had like a little misunderstanding, and he was like, "Meh, whatever." To me, met at work, and then like maybe a year later, we ended up having to work with each other again, and like. Then that just happened. It just happened. I wasn't looking for it. Wasn't interested. I had already said like I'm not fucking interested in dating anybody. No, it just happened.
It just happened, and those are the best ones. Like
you weren't planning for it. It just.
It's like, oh, you're kind of funny. Oh, you're kind of cute. Oh, this is like maybe a thing. Like we might be able to make
each
this
other
work
for a while. I was like, oh, now I'm catching feelings. Oh, now you're catching feelings. Oh, okay.
Like X amount of years later, but. Here we are.
Oh my God, how many years now? It's 9 years later.
Like think of that's crazy. Like almost a decade.
What?
Think of like the cutest things that Kyle does for you, and try to envision one of your toxic exes. Like imagine, just pick one and trying to see if they're gonna get your vitamins out.
They would never. They wouldn't. They probably wouldn't even bring me my vitamins to me. Like here.
Like even if you were sick, they wouldn't bring you a fucking Tylenol.
No,
like
never. Never. They'd be like, all right, well, you stay home and I'm going to go do whatever I need to do.
Feel better. Text me if you need something.
My phone's on mute. It's going straight to voicemail.
You calling, no answer. Like,
nope.
No, I often do that. Like, the things that Roy does for me and the way that he just makes my life easier, I'm like, no one that I've dated has done or could do the things that he's done for me. They just don't. They're not built that way, and that's no shade against them. They're just different kind of men.
It's just not in them to do that.
It's not. Like Roy is very much as he. Before I've said it before on the podcast. Before me, he was a fuckboy and he was a hoe. He had lots of hoes. So I didn't think that he had it. Look like his.
I was chilling. I was chilling.
Being a hoe. So my expectation of him was very low because I was like, he don't know how to be in a fucking relationship. He hasn't had to. He's been the good time guy. He's here for a good time, not a long time. And I used to tell him that. I used to be like, I know you're here for a good time, not a long time. Like, this is just fun. But he showed me like, no, I'm ready. He just needed the right woman to make him into a relationship, man. It's hard being a man's first bad bitch. It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it. Can I get it?
Oh, fuck out of here.
Turn it around.
Turn it off.
It is really hard being a man's first bad bitch, but you know, somebody has to do it.
Oh boy.
But he used to be a hoe, and because of that, the first year was crazy because they was coming out the woodwork. It was like, you got a girlfriend?
I ain't never been blocked so much in my fucking life.
I never been blocked so much. I was getting inadvertently blocked by these bum bitches.
I don't even follow you. What are you saying?
I didn't even know you existed. But you clearly know I exist and I bother you. So I'm so sorry about that, but I'm not really, because I really don't care.
It worked out for you guys. Whatever.
It absolutely did. That's what I said. I always said it the other day. I was like, I stopped asking who's all going because I'm going, and that's enough to bother at least 2 bitches. So it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter who's gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, and that's gonna bother somebody, and I really don't care. I love my life right now.
It's good.
Sucks to be you. Great to be me.
Good. I love how this ended.
The amount of people that are probably watching this fucking dumbass. It's fine. I don't care.
Stupid.
I love it. I'm like, I got tough skin. I don't take this shit personal. There's a bunch of trolls behind their phones talking shit. Like, whatever. You're more than welcome to come on the podcast and tell us how you feel. I invite you to come to the podcast and tell me exactly how you feel about me. Or Jess.
Please
or both. Like, let's talk.
Everybody loves me. Fuck you.
Right,
What do you mean?
You don't love me. You're just miserable. That's the thing, though, because you're likable, and I've realized that you are naturally a likable person. People don't like that. People don't like that you're likable.
I get that, and I don't
it's
understand.
weird.
Like, you get it, but you don't get it.
Yeah,
You're like,
because I don't feel that way about people. Like, I vibe. We had, before this episode, we had another guest in here that neither one of us knew, and we instantly, it was a vibe.
Immediately.
Like, you just know when you are with a girl's girl that really is gonna truly, like, I got you, I support you. And I don't know, I love seeing, like, sisterhood. I love seeing that. It genuinely makes me feel good. And there are miserable people in this world that's like, oh, this is fake, and this, oh, God. Okay, well, have a seat. Several.
You're not part of this tribe.
No.
You're not part of this group.
Right, and
like,
those girls are not part of my tribe.
No.
Because if I feel like there's a secret animosity, secret competition, or a secret hateration going on, you can kick rocks with no socks.
Because I'm not, wasn't planned at all, but one of the posts that I put on Instagram this morning, like in my stories, was another body sculptor. And I put, like, we don't compete. Like, we collaborate, because there's no competition. You don't have to. If you're secure enough, we all have our insecurities. That's fine. If you're secure enough in what you're doing and who you are, you don't see that other person, that other thing, that other couple. You don't see them as competition, because you're focusing on
it's like part of your community.
Yes.
Because now you have somebody that's doing the same thing that you're doing, and you could be like, hey, have you tried this? Or did you think about this? Or, like, y'all could, there's enough bodies that everybody can take care of someone.
There's a service that I don't offer, but I know someone else who does.
Right. Now I can refer like, there's enough money for everybody to get. Like, just stop with that. It's just weird energy, and it's just icky, and I don't like it.
Yeah. It gives you the ick.
It gives me the ick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ick, like, when, like, people are like, I'm a girl's girl. But you got to pay $500 to get into a space to do a brunch or something. That's not telling me nothing.
Listen.
Like, the mean girl brunches, I'm good.
No, those seem really nice, and
they look aesthetically
even
pleasing.
like the groups that, like, I'm a part of. In theory, I feel like a lot of them are nice, and you can tell who's, like, really there.
I feel like in those groups, they're not always giving you
you're gonna
filling
find
your cup, but you're gonna
people.
find a one or two, and that's how you start to build your tribe. I feel like 10 years ago I would be like, oh, I only got 3 friends. Today I can't count how many friends I have, because I have friend groups, and they all serve a purpose, and that's just what it is.
Yep.
Like my boss babes, and we're gonna go to brunch next week.
Yeah, reservations are in.
Reservations are in. All right, I think that's it. I think we got it off our chest.
Yeah.
Reesa Teesa, we love you, and we hope that you get your BMW and that your trip to London with the cognac interior, blue with the cognac interior, and that you go to London and that all the amazing things happen for you.
Yes, please, because you shouldn't have to have gone through shit for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we went through shit, and now we know better.
We know better. We have life experience.
And B, we found our people. Or we found our person.
All is well.
Our persons.
Your first husband.
Fuck marriage. I'm sorry. That's a whole other podcast, but I'm not interested.
End it with fuck marriage.
It's the same as, like, when you thought, like, your last relationship, right? So I'll speak about me and Kyle. We thought we wanted kids, and then we realized, like, and it wasn't like a something that was like, so we're not having kids, right? It just happened.
It just was like,
now this makes sense for us.
Good the way it is.
And it was like, we get married, and they were like, we're fine.
Right.
Like
for you, for
us,
y'all, do you want to be married, or is it let's get married because my mom wants to see me get married? Because I know a lot of people that do get married off the strength of their family.
Yes.
Because these are the rules that your family set out for you. But, like, newsflash, you're an adult and you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And most of the time, your family's gonna have your back.
Yeah.
So
if you're happy, then you're happy and not hurting anyone, we're fine.
Yeah. So my mom's advice is like, don't get married, don't have kids, travel the world, live your life. Here I am. Like, thanks, Mom.
Done.
Done and done. Well, that is a wrap on this episode.
Bye.
Bye.